Alright, this is gonna be something. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, and today I thought it might be fun to do a palette bingo. It's actually been a while since I've done one of those, and I have a lot of new eyeshadow palettes that have come into my life, so what better way to play with them than to randomize the shades that I'm putting on my eyes. So I think today I want to use this beauty right here. This is by BH Cosmetics. This is Smitten in Switzerland. I have not used this palette yet, but I am just loving the variety. Actually, let me take this plastic off because we're going to be using it. The variety of color that you have here in this palette, different textures. I just think it would be a lot of fun. So I have all of my base makeup on. I've got a little bit of bronzer on, but no blush or highlight since I don't know what the eye look is gonna look like. And I have to say, it has been ages since I have used my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I forgot just how lovely it is. It really is such a great product. Anyway, so here in my, oops. Oh, it reset. All right, let me put my variables back into my Pretty Random app. Okay, so we have variables 1 through 16, since this is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette. And I think I'm going to start with 4 shades to randomize. So the first shade is number 11. That is going to be 8, 9, 10, oh, haha, I'm off to a good start. It is Mountain Rigi, something like that. It is this metallic mossy green. Very excited. This was one of the shades that made me want to buy the palette. It looks like this right here. I'm telling you, if you have not worked with BH Cosmetics eyeshadows in a while, you are missing out. They have such a gorgeous, gorgeous formula. Okay, so the next number we're going to randomize is the number 1. So boring. Number 1 is Snowcap. It is this cream colored matte shadow. I'm not even going to bother with swatching it for you because that's what we're going to use to set down our eyeshadow base. Okay, so the next one to randomize is number 3. Okay. Still a little bit boring, but needed. It's this shade right here called Fondue. Just kind of a matte sort of, kind of pinky fleshy sort of tone. Definitely on the warmer side. So there we go. There's that. And then our next shade. No, stop giving me shade number 1. 7. Okay, ooh, we got another shimmer. That is going to be Zurich, which is this pinky shade. It's, I think, translating on the camera is very purple, but it is definitely on the pinkier side. Oh, look at how rich that is. Oh my gosh. Ooh, it's almost looking kind of like it's a little bit of a duochrome with a purple shift to it. Fun. Okay, and I know I said I was just going to randomize 4 shades, but because one of the ones we got was that matte colored cream shade, I'm going to roll the dice and roll another color, and hopefully we can get kind of a deeper matte to help sort of round out this look. So let's go ahead. 13. That did not do what I wanted it to do. Okay. So 13, right? 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. Shade 13 is Matterhorn, which is this very bright orange shade. Okay, that just really does something weird. Alrighty then. We're going to stop there because, wow, that macaroni and cheese color really just did something to this color palette. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump off camera. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit on the eyes, figure out what we're going to do with this color story, and then we'll go ahead and just get started. Alright, so we're all zoomed in. Kind of have a little bit of a plan. I'm not quite sure though. Man, that's what I get for rolling the dice. This is going to be some sort of something. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and prime my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And then, of course, go ahead and set that down with that first shade, that matte cream color. So I did my eyebrows today. Are we proud? And it's just so strange because I'm not accustomed to seeing myself with more done eyebrows. I'm not saying that I did a good job by any means, because I just don't ever feel confident when doing my brows, but I feel like, especially when I've got my bangs pulled back right after I do them, I feel like I look like the unibrow baby from The Simpsons. I mean, I know that I don't because it's not connected in the center, but because they're so much darker and bolder than what I'm accustomed to, that's what I feel like. I feel like I'm the angry unibrow baby from The Simpsons. But I have been trying to make more of a point. Ooh, that is definitely more pigmented than I was thinking about. But yeah, I have been trying to make more of a point of doing the brows, since that was one of my goals for the year. Okay, so here is what I'm thinking, and I'm a little afraid. We're going to take Matterhorn, that bright macaroni and cheese orange, and put it into the crease and then blend it out with fondue. And hopefully that'll take a little bit of the vibrancy out of this shade right here, because it just doesn't go with the rest of what I drew. But that's kind of the plan, kind of de-intensify it. Is that like a word? So how's everybody holding up? How is life going? How is sanity going? I know in my house, sanity at least is running a little bit thin. Not just for me, but mostly for my toddler, my 2-year-old. He misses school, and I am ready to put him back in school. And to be fair, his daycare did open up at the beginning of April. We just haven't felt comfortable rejoining society, I guess is the best way to put it. So there are some things in our area that are starting to open back up. So South Carolina has decided to phase out of the quarantine stay at home. And I don't live in South Carolina, but anybody who knows anything about Charlotte, or, you know, if you're curious, you can look at a map, but it literally is right on the South Carolina border. So very often, Mecklenburg County, which is what Charlotte's in, and the South Carolina counties that are closest to us, mostly York County, we tend to be in step with one another. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with fondue on a much fluffier brush, see if I can't blend that out a little bit. So we're kind of starting to head in that direction of coming out of quarantine. This is a powdery shadow, which, I don't know, makes me nervous. Are any of you guys in areas that are coming out of quarantine? Because I don't know, I haven't left my house hardly in 2 months. I literally have left my house a total of 5 times since we started self-quarantining back in early March, and the times that I have left have all been medically related. So it just, I don't know, it just makes me nervous. I kind of want to see what happens before we start rejoining society. Okay, so I'm now going to go ahead and take that shimmery green color, and I'm going to put that all, no, not all across the lids. How about let's do this instead. Let's concentrate it on the outer third, and then I'll put the pinky purple on the inner half. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is definitely going to be kind of an interesting look. But yeah, so I kind of want to see what happens before we take our steps outside. Because I'm definitely nervous that once people come out of quarantine, that it's just going to skyrocket. And I don't know, but I think next weekend, to kind of get our minds sort of off of things and to kind of get out of the house a little bit, because like I said, we haven't really left the house, I think we're going to drive the Blue Ridge Parkway, which I've never done before. And I know it's totally the wrong season. That's really kind of an autumn sort of activity, because the Blue Ridge Parkway is known for the changing foliage and just how pretty it is. So I know it's not really a spring, summer sort of activity, but it gets us out of the house, but we're not going to be around people. And so I think that's kind of what we're thinking about doing. So I'm excited about that. I'm also a little bit nervous because, you know, the twins, you know, they eat every 2 to 3 hours. And I am, you know, nursing and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting. And I have no idea how my toddler is going to react, especially with all 3 car seats jammed in the back of my vehicle. It's going to be an adventure for sure. Okay, so we're going to take Zurich and we're going to put that all over the inner half. I don't really know that I'm loving this, if we're being quite honest. The shadows are performing spectacularly. I absolutely love these shadows. I think BH Cosmetics is a very underrated brand, if we're being super honest. Yeah, this looks weird. This looks really weird. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about that, to be really quite honest. Independently, these shimmer shades are super stunning. Like, seriously, super stunning. This duochrome, I don't know if it technically is, but it sure looks like it on the eye. Looks like it kind of goes back and forth between pink and lilac. Is incredibly beautiful. It looks kind of weird, and it's all kind of one tone, if we're being honest, because I didn't draw any deeper shades. I'm just going to go back in and try to build that green back up again. Yeah, it's all very kind of mid-tony and light, so that's not ideal. But yeah, so hopefully, if we do end up going next weekend, like we're talking about, hopefully I'll be able to take some good pictures and see if I can't share those with you guys, because I think that'll be kind of fun, something different to do. Alright, so let's find a clean, fluffy-ish brush, because I do have some fallout. I want something really, really flimsy to kind of sweep some of that away. What do I have up here? Alright, this is really flimsy. Okay. Yeah, that's working well. Alright, so now since it's already just a bizarre sort of look, we're just going to make it that much more bizarre. Alright, let's see if we can find kind of a pencil-y shaped brush, something a little bit more pointed. That's too pointed. I want to lay down some of that. Alright, we'll use this one from e.l.f. Not nearly as pointed or as stiff as I would have wanted, but I'll just go in real gently. We're going to take Matterhorn, which again is that like macaroni and cheese shade, and we're going to run that all underneath my lash line and then blend it out with Fondue. I think. Interesting. But yeah, what are some of the things you guys are doing to keep yourselves occupied? Because we're not doing enough. We're doing a lot of just being at home. And my husband is definitely a homebody, so it hasn't been wearing on him as much, but it's definitely wearing on me. And it's wearing on our son, because he is definitely an active kid. And I mean, we go out and we walk around our neighborhood and stuff like that, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. All right. So I think that's enough of the orange, and then I'm going to take just this brush right here, take just a little bit of Fondue and blend out to the bottom there. I think is the idea. All right, so there's that. I am going to hop off camera real quick, and I'm going to apply some blush, some highlight, some mascara, probably a little bit of eyeliner as well, and come back for the final look. Okay, so here we are back with the final look. I did go ahead and apply all Project Pan items actually. I used my Milani Luminoso blush. I also used my Becca Highlight in Lilac Geode, and then for my lips I did go ahead and apply my Marc Jacobs La Marque Liquefied Lipstick in Hot Cocoa. And it's a weird look, but it's starting to kind of grow on me a little bit. I will say, now that I'm looking at it, I wish that I had just gone for the orange in the crease. I feel like that would kind of actually help it a little bit in an odd way. But even though this is kind of a weird look, it has made me that much more excited to really get into this palette and play with it even more, because all of the shadows that I used went on just absolutely beautifully, blended effortlessly, and I love these style of eyeshadow palettes. I have this one here, and then I've got, I think, two more. I've got Something or Other London and Something or Other Saint Tropez, maybe? I don't know. But there are, I think, like 6 or 7 different cities that they have done these 16 pan eyeshadow palettes, and I really, really enjoy them, and I kind of want to get the rest. Am I going to? Probably not, but do I kind of want to? The one for Tokyo that they just recently released is really, really beautiful as well. And yeah, so I could not recommend more highly checking them out. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more palette bingos, please let me know. I really enjoy doing them. I just don't want to kind of overrun my channel with, you know, too much of the same. But yeah. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.